After doing a talk to young entrepreneurs, a young man came up to me and asked me a question with tears in his eyes. He asked, "How do you deal with failure?" I looked at him and said, "It's all about perspective." He looked at me, surprised, and asked, "How do you deal with it? Practically so." I said to him, in 1879, Thomas Edison set out to commercialize the light bulb. He tried over 2,000 different ways of doing it, and all of them failed. He owed his funders over $130,000 US. Today, that's equivalent to millions of dollars. He had failed and gotten to a point where he was spending his entire time in a lab trying to figure it out. Finally, he got the solution. The whole world changed. Light was commercialized and people could now do things in the evenings. People could now move from using candles as a source of light to now actually having the light bulb. Imagine after failing 1,500 times, he had stopped. We wouldn't have the commercial light bulb which we have today. But because he didn't fail, we can then complete the story. Failure is only failure if you stop trying. Change your perspective on failure and use it as something that you can learn, something that you can improve and actually get to your end result. It's when you start asking better questions that you actually realize that failure is non-existent, except if you accept defeat. But unless you're still alive, you can still change it. You can still improve it. You can use those different ways as methods that you know do not work, or as lessons that you can take in actually building what you want to build. Thomas Edison had failed many times at creating the perfect light bulb. But if he had given up at any of those times, we wouldn't have the perfect result that we see today. It's so important that in that moment when it seems like you've failed, you actually use it to learn something and continue going. Because the truth is, you actually have not failed. You only fail when you stop trying.